You can also do it when you're doing some other habit, which protects you from forgetting it. I like to do it when I'm brushing my teeth in the morning. Like, so it's like you're just brushing your teeth. You're going to be there for whatever it is, a minute or 2 minutes anyway. You have just
for me, it's like 6 seconds.
I've been trying to be better.
Done.
You can do one good thing if it's the 6 second teeth brushing. But just kind of harness another habit and just use that. That would be otherwise kind of dead teeth brushing time to like think about a few things that are really important.
Pooping.
Pooping is another domain. Maybe that's longer.
This is.
That's any.
There's an ENFP for you.
Oh my god.
They like naked humor a lot too.
What the hell?
These guys love naked humor.
You know,
a little more time. For me, that's like 27 seconds.
You're giving me awesome ideas for like a bathroom book about gratitude. This is like untapped territory right here.
That's fantastic. In the shower, a gratitude waterproof chalkboard. So you can be in the shower and you can write down what you're grateful for in the shower. Let's put that together and market it together. What do you say?
I love it. I'm in. Well, we'll talk after the call.
Okay, let's call me. Awesome.
There's NEFI. I'm going to come up with an idea, but then am I going to ever do the ST? Can you imagine?
Never!
Can you imagine if you actually sent him an email and be like, hey, so I'd like to move forward on the ST of this marketing idea you came up with. You'd be like, why are you insulting me? Screw you. Stop controlling me. That was just a joke. I'm never going to do the SI. I'm never going to do the TE.
Right.
And I'll never fucking pick up your phone either. You ever try and call a fucking ENFP?
So one of the worst paths to try and get happiness, what you're saying, is to try and get lots of money and accrue lots of stuff. And yet, that's what we're being told over and over again, that will make us happy. And in actuality, happiness comes from its opposite. Yeah. So there's a huge lie that's being perpetrated on Western culture, which is that happiness comes from having stuff, comfort, and status.
Right, because it's the controllers that are telling you this lie. They're perpetuating a lie.
We are being lied to.
There's some blaster controllers like, okay, how do we lie to the population and control them? And all the consumers like, oh my god, I knew it.
We're being lied to.
No, that's not what's going on. It's just like a company's like, we got to keep the lights on. Let's try this. Let's try this. Let's try. Oh, when we sell selfish, one-sided, get status, and beat everybody else, it explodes. I saw an ad the other day. It's just like, get it before everybody else does. I'm like, that is what, if you want to sell something, and like they literally said it and they spelled it out. Say it in the, like everyone is going after, I don't care what it is, as long as I got more than everybody else. That's what sales, like to make
and
sales
like,
work.
Nuh-uh. It's like,
it doesn't matter what the price is or 2 for 1. It's like, as long as the consumer knows I got more than the other guy, you will sell 1 million of whatever it is you're fucking trying to sell.
So you started observing animals. Have you learned anything about happiness from observing monkeys or dogs?
Yeah, I wasn't necessarily studying happiness in animals, but I think they teach you a lot about it, right? Like if you're out there in the field watching monkeys, which is what I kind of did in my day job before I started studying happiness, like they are the most like present, savoring individuals ever, right? Like they're just in the moment in this way that we never are, which is kind of, there's like this term in meditation. I don't know if you do meditation, but it's called the monkey mind, right? Which is this idea that our mind is always kind of going all over the place and we have to tame the monkey mind. I feel like the monkey should be super insulted by this term because they are not like mind wandering.
They're chill.
They're chill and present. There's then all the time.
You see them, they got a stick and they're like grooming someone and they're just hanging out and there's a moth and they go like that and they're just completely in the moment, right?
I once at my field site sat for about an hour with a monkey who was just like staring off on this beach, just like staring at the water. And I'm antsy, like I'm ready to check my phone. I'm like, come on, monkey, like do something. Like I'm watching you do something, right? But it's like, no, he's just there. He's not craving anything. He's not seeking. He's just present in there. And I'm like,
and they're so socially connected too, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, like, it matters for them. I mean, it matters for humans too. But like, basically, not being a good social monkey that's cooperating and being present with other individuals means the difference between life or death. I mean, it does for us too. But we still, are picking up these things and avoiding actually being social in real life because we forget how bad loneliness is for us. Like, there's evidence that loneliness could be as bad for our physical health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Like, we should put kind of warnings on behaviors that lead to loneliness because they might be as bad for us as nicotine. It's crazy.
Wow.
Just something there with the monkeys having to get along with each other. Just the feeler is responsible for the vibe. And so the feeler is responsible for the FE, even the FI. So even the FI is responsible for the
just
vibe.
You are always responsible for vibe between the two of us. And largely, I would say, if watching you, you're responsible for your feelings. And if I affect your feelings, I need to be vibed with. That's what I see you doing.
Yeah, because it's interesting that the letters feeler, thinker are very powerful. Like the thinkers, TE and TI, are both responsible to make it work. Gary next door at the old house, he's responsible to make all the things work. So we have like 2 houses that are almost the same, kind of like these farmhouses on this large lots with all sorts of trees and works going on. So it's like you and I are responsible for the T, and they like, let's use the TE to solve the same problems he has. The lawn, the flooding, the snow, the rodents, whatever. So we're using the TET.
Yeah.
And he's using the TIT.
Yeah.
And he's getting his stuff done, and we're getting it at the end, like the yards look almost the same.
They both need to work.
One's with TE, one's with TI. You might say, well, you would say ours is way fucking better, because it literally it is. Like, we came in 7 years ago.
Oh, you're starting fights.
Kicked his ass
We
in
did.
every fucking regard. Like, we can mow faster, we can trim faster, we can work as a
Look
team.
at how
like,
TE works. We're super
in
competitive.
fact, we even go over. Not then when we move, we even mow his other yard.
We do.
Because he's wasting
Cody
so
was
much
doing
fucking
it for
time
that,
with
yeah.
his goddamn slow as fuck TI. We're like, we're done. We're looking for shit to do. We start
I'm gonna
mowing
come mow your lawn,
his yard.
Jerry.
So,
okay, so also
TE beats TI. Obviously, when it comes to things, we argue with you. TE beats TI, right? Come on, let's hear it.
but
Then when FE beats FI, in the regard of like, when it comes to like social connection,
yes.
the FIs are like, let me try. Like, okay, you're being selfish.
I know.
You're trying
you're
to
being in
do
a bad mood. You're wrecking it for everybody.
because all the FEs are standing back going, well, thank you, FIs, for trying. At least you see the vibe. The Ts don't. You suck at it. You're slow. You're selfish.
know.
You're one-sided. At least you're in it with me, you know?
right. Okay, so I will say though, what is interesting about your relationship with you and Gary is you use the tools, you use the stupid make things work, because you know that's what he cares about. But your real goal is like, how do I not wreck the vibe? Every time you would go over to his house, you're like, hold on, it's not the right timing.
Oh,
you're
yeah,
gonna fuck up the timing. No, he's in the middle of something.
Don't talk too much before 4 o'clock. Yeah, he gets grouchy,
you're
yeah.
always paying attention to, hey, you're gonna mess it up. You're gonna mess up the whole F.
Right,
Weirdo. Don't
right.
just go over there and bonk on his head. Don't ask too many stupid questions. Don't
do our lawnmower when he has some friends over.
Right.
As I'm doing the TE, I'm checking to make sure that the vibe is responsible with me, because he's inside my FI.
I know.
Yeah.
You had decided.
Fuck factory down the street. It's like, I don't FE care about you. Or you, or you, or you, or any of the other neighbors. I don't care about
It's true. You're like, fuck you.
Yeah.
I hope you don't like me. In fact, I'm going to use anger to make you leave me alone.
Right. So monkeys being more feeler dominant than thinker dominant, let's say. What she was pointing out is that the monkeys are responsible that if you're not vibing with each other, you're going to get killed off.
I would also say it's something that she's paying attention to. It's not something I would have paid attention to if I was
bringing it up,
playing with the, it sounds like maybe she took care of them.
You would be like, monkeys use sticks to get ants and do the thing.
I would be fascinated at their abilities to make things work and figure things out. That's the only thing I would be talking about.
Right.
Orangutans naturally spend up to 6 hours a day foraging for food. So breakfast doubles as a perfect learning opportunity. This morning's lesson is in coconut cracking. Orangutans learn from example, so their caregiver shows them how it's done. Mumut, a little male, catches on immediately, while Valentino has a more interpretive approach. With his distinctive pale belly stripe, Valentino is the class clown of Forest School Group 1. What he lacks in technique, he makes up for in exuberance. But when the puzzle proves too hard to crack, Valentino does exactly what he would do if he was in the wild. Asks Mum for help. Babysitter Letta is currently his foster mother, and she knows Valentino must learn to do this on his own if he's to ever graduate from jungle school. 3-year-old Benny has a more laid-back approach. He's exercising his jaws as his powerful teeth scrape the coconut shell. But there's not a lot of other energy being exerted. Little does Benny know that his expanding girth hasn't gone unnoticed, and he's about to be put on a diet. Little Meryl has learned how to husk her coconut so she can enjoy the sweet milk. But not for long. Opportunistic Valentino moves in to share. He may not be the best at coconut cracking, but learning how to reap the rewards of others' hard work could be an excellent survival skill.
Do your share for cleaner air. Running a lawnmower for an hour creates as much pollution as driving 600 miles. Only mow your lawn on non-alert days. Don't monkey around. Do your share for cleaner air.